Marriage is a very nice add-on game you can add to your Schafkopf game. It is ranked just a little higher than a calling game and lower than a suit vulture. A marriage game can only be called by one player in a very specific situation. Only when one of the players is dealt a hand with only one trump card, they would then have an option to announce a marriage game. For example, if we were dealt this hand that has one trump card, we would be able to announce to play marriage. Also this hand, or even this hand that has only one heart trump card. The player who announced marriage would then ask each player, starting from the next player in position, if they would like to team up. If the next player accepted the offer, the two players will exchange one card. The marriage announcing player will then give away their only trump card, and the player accepting the marriage will give back, in return, any card they want. The two players will then team up against the other two players. The married couple, so to say, will have one strong player with an extra trump card and another player who is not holding a single trump card. If any player chooses to decline the offer, then the marriage offer would go to the next player. If all three players decline the marriage offer, then a new round will be dealt and the start button will go to the next player in sitting position. Once a marriage offer has been accepted by one of the players, the two teams would then play the round exactly like a calling game, 2-on-2, but without the calling ace rules. In marriage, the two teams are known beforehand. Before we get down to the action, let's look back at the trump chart for marriage. Exactly like the trump chart of a calling game, hearts are trump. Now let's go watch how this marriage game really works. In this game, Billy will have the start button. First 4 cards, not bad at all. Tom laid down a placement bet. We'll lay down one as well. Pretty nice hand we have received. Billy will start the announcing round. Billy wants to play. Rocky also wants to play. Tom passes. Actually, I was kinda hoping to announce a calling game with this nice hand, but there is already a little action going on between Billy and Rocky. Let's go ahead and pass this time. So Billy is wanting to announce a calling game, while Rocky is wanting to announce a marriage game. Marriage is ranked higher, so Rocky has the advantage. Would Billy try to call a higher ranked game? No, she passes. Rocky is announcing marriage, and Tom would be the first player to accept or decline the offer. And Tom has just accepted the marriage offer. Rocky, who had announced for marriage, gives first their single trump card to Tom, and Tom gives one of his cards to Rocky. So we are teamed up with Billy against the married couple, Tom and Rocky. Billy will start the first trick with an 8-of-corn regular card. I think we can beat them. I am going to Kontra. Re. Now here is something interesting that just happened. A player who can and wants to put in a contra bet may do so up until it is their turn in the first trick. We have just waited to put in our contra bet until it was our turn, and that is allowed. After a contra bet is made, one of the players from the other team can put in a ReKontra bet. It must be done though immediately and before the game continues. Then at the end of the game on the scorecard, we will have a ×4 by Kontra. In some custom Schafkopf games, they even allow to Kontra, ReKontra, and ReKontra to make it a ×8 on the scorecard. But normally, Kontra and ReKontra is as far as it can go. Let's continue playing. We will lay down the top a corn to take down the trick and start the next trick with the king blue. Tom takes down the next trick and starts the next one with a trump. Billy takes down the next trick and starts the next trick with a shell card. Looking good so far. We will take this trick Tom takes the next trick. Bailey comes over the top. Fantastic! Let's head over to the scorecard. So after counting the valuable cards, we and Bailey have collected 90 eyes. Tom and Rocky have collected 30 eyes. A marriage game rate is 30 points or 30 cents. We were able to get a Schneider with 90 points since we and Bailey were not the announcing side. No Schwarz. No straight either, because we and Bailey had the over a corn and the over heart, while Tom had the over blue. So the total sum is 40 points. We and Tom had laid down a placement bet, so ×4 by placements. We and Tom also had a Kontra and a ReKontra, so another ×4 here by Kontra. The total multiplier comes out to 16. 40 times 16 is 640 points. Tom and Rocky would then each lose 640 points, and we and Bailey would each win 640 points.